Steve Jobs made over $400 billion wearing the same shirt every day. Barack Obama ran the free world, literally wearing 2 suit colors. And you can't even decide what to eat for lunch without spiraling into a 20-minute conversation with yourself. Here's what they know that you don't. Every tiny decision is bleeding you dry. And as we enter the great lock-in, today's video is going to prove to you that your lack of discipline, it's just decision fatigue and it's killing your potential. Let me ask you this. How many times this week have you stood in front of your closet trying to figure out what to wear? How many times have you opened Instagram or TikTok just to check and lost 30 minutes that you'll never get back? How many times have you said, I'll start whatever I decided I was gonna do Monday because today felt too overwhelming? You are 100% not alone in this, and the brutal truth is you're just indecisive. And indecision is expensive, and learning to overcome it is going to give you so much more back in time, money, and energy. Let's paint a realistic picture of what decision fatigue looks like, because I know if you're over 35, over 40, if you have kids at home, you're used to probably coming home at 5 p.m. exhausted from making decisions all day long, opening the refrigerator, trying to figure out what's for dinner, arguing with your spouse or your partner because neither of you have the energy to cook or figure out what to order. Your brain is depleted because it's been making micro decisions all day long. Should I answer this text or not? Should I take this call or not? Should I change my website or not? Should I work on this big project or focus on the smaller tasks? Should I reach out to this old friend? What social media platform should I post on? What should I say? What should I wear? Should I engage in this comment or ignore it? Should I do something to my hair? Should I put on makeup?
I don't know, it's just a lot.
By the time you get to the decisions that actually matter, your business, your health, your relationships, your future, you have nothing to give to the decisions that matter to those. So it's natural that you default to the easier choice, right? The comfortable choice, the choice that keeps you exactly where you are because you don't have anything else to give. You spent all day long on micro decisions that were meaningless. Now here's what Steve Jobs and Barack Obama figured out that many of us have yet to figure out. They didn't wear the same thing because they're weird or obsessive. They were practicing decision elimination. They made one choice that eliminated hundreds of future choices. Steve Jobs said it himself, I have a limited amount of energy and mental capacity. Rather than waste it on choices that don't matter, I want to focus on what does. He used that simple black turtleneck as a weapon against decision fatigue. And here's the thing, that wasn't some luxury afforded only to a billionaire. That was a survival strategy, and it's one that if you learn to unlock it, you start eliminating unnecessary decisions and you unlock energy that you didn't even know you had. So as we talk about the great lock-in, as we prepare for the winter arc, this is what I'm talking about. This is the heart of the lock-in. It isn't just about focusing more or grinding or pushing harder. It really is about making one non-negotiable decision that eliminates hundreds of other conversations or negotiations in the future. But here's where most people mess this up, but not you, because you're listening to today's video. They try to do everything at once. They decide they're going to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, which I'm a fan of. They work out for 2 hours. They meal prep every Sunday. Post on social media every single day. Read for an hour, meditate, journal, do all the things. That is not locking in. That is just sophisticated procrastination. Because you are still giving yourself too many things to decide about. Real lock-in is about identifying one decision that's going to have a ripple effect and then removing that decision from the table forever or for as long as you need it to be. Let me give you a few examples of what this looks like. Let's say your health and fitness lock-in. You wake up at 6 a.m. Monday through Friday. No exceptions, no I'll do it later. And it's not about working out at 6 a.m. What you've done, you've eliminated the daily debate and conversation you have with yourself about when to work out, how long to work out, and if you feel like it, right? You just lock in on that decision. Let's say for your business, that business lock-in could look like, I only work with clients who pay me my full rate up front and align with my values. Everyone else gets a gentle and polite no. And it's not because you don't need the money, it's because you've eliminated the decision and energy drain about working with people and clients who make you feel less than or misaligned or question yourself. Let's say for your content, that could look like, I batch content every Tuesday from 9 to 11 a.m. My phone is off, my door is closed, no exceptions. And it's not because there's anything specific or special about Tuesday. It's because you've eliminated the daily conversation you have with yourself about whether or not you feel like creating content that day. Because we know that one conversation can last for months and nothing ever gets created. But let me tell you something. Let me warn you about what happens when you actually lock in the great lock-in this year. You don't have to announce it to the world. I actually prefer moving in silence. I've said this many times in previous videos, but there will be signs when you decide to lock in. People are going to notice and they're not going to like it. You'll be called rigid. People will say you changed and they won't mean it as a compliment. You may lose clients. You may get pushback from people. And your brain will rebel against you because it's used to keeping options open, right? But here's why. Other people benefit when you're scattered and all over the place. They are the recipient of the yeses that should have been no's, right? They get your leftover energy after you've already given and committed your absolute best to 20 other things. They got the version of you that's always available, always on call, always interested, always reliable, always willing to compromise your own needs and call it service. Once you lock in, they're not gonna get that any longer, or at least not that version, and that's a threat. But here's what I really need you to hear, my friends. Their discomfort with your clarity, not your problem. Their addiction to your scattered energy is not your problem to solve either. Your brain internally is going to rebel because we like options. We don't like closed doors.
Please open the door.
And every decision we make feels like a door closing. We're terrified of that. We think keeping our options open is freedom. But let me tell you what real freedom is. It's knowing which door is yours and walking through it every day and letting it lock behind you. That's the difference between confident people and everyone else, successful people and everyone else. It's not about being smarter or more talented or having more time. They just choose their door and they walk through it. January is going to come regardless of what you do. And maybe you just keep with all your doors open, all your options open, and have your freedom. But you know what else that freedom is going to bring? You're gonna be a little more tired, you'll feel a little more behind, and you know what else? You'll keep making the same promises to yourself that this year will be different, right? Meanwhile, the person who locked in September or October, they're already living the life you plan on starting in January. And they didn't need anything else but the one thing that you're lacking, which is to make a decision, to do it, to start and commit. Just choose one area in your life where you are bleeding energy right now. Just choose one. Make a decision around that one thing. Is it your morning routine? Is it the way you run your household? Is it the type of clients you're working with? Is it your fitness and your health? Your daily regiment? Is it your marriage? Just pick one, write it down, and make a clear, specific, non-negotiable rule around that one thing. And then let the discipline carry you, not willpower, discipline. Because here's what I know, as a strong-willed person, willpower is like a muscle that gets tired. It will fatigue, but discipline is a structure that holds you up when you can't even hold yourself up. Don't make this one thing perfect. Don't create 10 rules around it. Make one rule, one decision around one thing, one door you are deciding to walk in today. Here's the thing I really hope you hear. The year is going to decide for you if you don't decide for yourself. Your calendar, your time will fill itself with other people's priorities. The distractions will keep multiplying. And then December 31st will come with the same excuses in your mouth and the same dreams deferred as every other year before it. My friend, that is not who you are anymore. You don't need anything else but one thing, one decision, one lock-in, one door. That's it. Own your door. Steve Jobs wasn't special because he was a billionaire. Barack Obama wasn't special because he was a president. They were special because they understood that mental energy is finite and they refused to waste it on choices that didn't matter. You can have that same energy, that same clarity, that same unshakable focus in this lock-in, but only if you stop treating every single day like a negotiation and start treating your life like a decision that's already been made. If this video impacted you like I hope it did, do me a favor. Don't let this video be another video that you watch, get excited and empowered by, and then 5 minutes later, it fades. Decide your one thing right now. Drop it in the comments if you want to share, but grab a pencil and paper, write it down, and then hit subscribe and the notification bell, because this channel is where you're going to turn that scattered energy into dangerous clarity. You don't need more content about discipline. You need fewer decisions about everything you're doing with your life right now, including who has your ear, who has your time, who has your attention. And I hope you decide that this channel is one of them. So tell me in the comments, what is your lock-in for 2025? What's the one thing, what's the one door you're decided to walk into? Thank you so much for watching.